Hey guys, my name is Derek Weldon and this is the Pacific Coast Auto YouTube channel. And so we're taking a look at this 1991 Nissan Skyline GTS. And so this is a little bit weird because we're checking out a car that has no turbo on the Skyline. This one's a 4-door rear-wheel drive and then comes with a twin-cam 2-liter engine. We don't get a lot of people buying these simply because there aren't that many of them still in Japan. A lot of these lower trim models kind of got written off sooner or exported sooner than the more expensive ones. But the good thing about these ones is they tend to be in pretty good condition all the way around. This one seems to be good, has had slight accident damage on the front, and I guess we'll take a look at it now. So the engine doesn't seem to have any running condition problems. It is a little bit shaky, and it did have a bit of a cough. Probably a tune-up and some new gas is good for it. It's only 96, let me just check the sheet, 96,000 kilometers. Yeah, and so mileage is pretty low for a vehicle that's this old. Oil seems to be good, radiator fluid or coolant seems to be good, and no troubles with rust inside. Now the accident has caused some denting of the right front inner panel. You can't see an awful lot of it, but it's basically what the suspension strut is attached to. You probably won't be able to notice any difference. There is a little bit, but it's mild. And it makes the hood not fit exactly correctly. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so having a look here, we have the hood come up in the back section here, but then it fits properly over at the front. Going to the other side, proper fitting here, and a little bit up here. Now there is some adjustment there that you can get it to sit down, but likely that's due to the front inner panel damage. Okay, so let's go over the auction sheet here. It's 1991 Skyline GTS Type S, 2000 cc. This is an auction grade 3. Auction grade 3 kind of, what it can be is either a fairly low grade car or a car that has some accident damage that hasn't been repaired. And so it was a bump small enough that it's not going to make enough difference for it to be repaired or not. Sometimes they are repaired, sometimes they're not. You'll have to check on the details here to find out. Interior C, 96.3, 97 kilometers, 5-speed power steering, power windows. Original gray, purchased from user, 15-inch wheels. Kind of interesting because they are a 4-bolt wheel, different from the 5 bolts that are regularly on the Skyline R32. Toll collection box, that's for Japanese highways. Okay, so here's, oh, excuse me, the report. AC vent piece ×1 is missing. Dashboard is deformed. Driver's seat is saggy. It's not bad at all. Underneath the battery has rust. I got a picture of that. There's orange water, but it doesn't actually look that rusty. There's a little bit of gribblies in there too, but I would say if you clean it up, you probably don't have much to repair on that, if anything at all. Right front inner panel is dented. Door mirror is scratched, various scratches and dents. And then looking at the body here, we got A3 and painted front bumper. It looks like it was painted with spray paint and then no clear coat was put on, so it's going to need to be redone. Got a medium U2 dent here and here, some A2 scratches here, and some bad paint in the back corner with a U2 dent here. Cloudy tail light and A2 scratch there. Now, one of the taillights, this one here, has a crack, was not mentioned on the auction sheet. And then the roof has a little bit of a weird paint blemish that kind of looks like rust that has been ground down to nothing and then painted over, but it's still a little bit wrinkly. I'll show you that first. It's right here. Okay, and then the taillight damage that was not mentioned right here. Okay, so let's do once a round of the exterior and then we'll go inside the vehicle. So it has a nice clean look to it. It came with plates, actually. The plates, of course, have to be handed in before we deregister the car for export. And by the way, this one is going to the USA. And the plates that were on it were Tokyo Shinagawa plates. And typically cars from that area are in pretty good condition. It's kind of the rich area of Tokyo, or one of the rich areas of Tokyo. So the interior is really clean. The exterior is pretty good for the age, I would say. Just gonna hide behind the tree. Yeah. Okay, I think it's a good looking car. I think that they go pretty well. They're not fast cars, but they are enjoyable to drive. Handling on them is very nice. I think the small 4-door is a good size. I think they look cool, and it's kind of an open canvas for people that wanted to modify it. It's a popular car to have engine swaps. Both the like an RB20 turbo could be popular for this, or an RB25 or RB26, and it's also pretty popular for people to do other swaps like a 1J swap, because the long hood can fit the 6-cylinder. You got a lot of room in there. Okay, so looking at the front bumper, you can see a big difference in the paint. It absolutely looks like somebody painted it with color match gunmetal paint that they bought from the hobby store or the auto store, and then just didn't clear coat it. And then the bottom is cracked a lot, you can see down there, and that's probably due to heat. And then there's a big scuff on it there. And so yeah, the bumper needs to be sanded down and repainted. Doesn't look like there's damage that's very difficult to address, so not that bad. Okay, I'll show you the side panel here. I say that there's a U2 in the middle here. I couldn't quite find it on this side. I did find the other two on the other side. Probably they're referring to this area here, but I'm not 100% on that. Kind of looks like it could be dented, but I don't see anything. Here's the bad paint. Have a close look. So you can see kind of like a squiggly, fadey area. And there's the A2 on the back here. Big scratches. Okay, I'm going to show you the other side with the two U2s, and they're more pronounced on the other side. Excuse my sniffles. So, you got one here. And a couple of small ones I'm not going to point out, and one here. And I did get the small ones in the side panel check, which is part of the video report. Okay, so I'm not going to open the trunk. Maybe I will. I don't know. Still not decided. A little bit of cracked in this section here. Very commonplace. I don't know. Can you see that? Too much contrast. Come on, camera. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can't. Very common for the Skylines. Door cards. Very good. It's a late model fabric on there. Really gorgeous steering wheel, especially for 100,000 kilometers. Most likely it was parked inside, because those steering wheels get damaged by UV really badly. Seats are in good shape. The auction sheet said that this one's saggy. You can see it right there, but it feels normal. It just looks a little bit different. And then here we have adjustable pinch style right here. These things can go in and out with a roller on the side. Unfortunately, it is not Toyota-like. Toyota has the air pump to do the same thing, which is really cool, but somewhat useless. Or no, Toyota has the dial. The air pump is for lumbar. Okay, so power steering it works, but it makes a slight sound, and I'm going to turn off the AC, which also works, so that you can hear this. Have a listen. Okay, it figures it's not making the sound now. So when it was cold, it was making a very faint, like, sound, compared to ones that have a broken power steering system that needs to be fixed. I would think that it's probably not that bad, but it's going to be maybe one of the next things to go, so keep that in mind. Idling nice and smooth, very quiet inside. Here's the slightly deformed dashboard, way less than your average one. Usually you get the big deformed bubble here and another big one over here, and then there's the broken vent over there. This is all really nice looking here. Got your AC, tape deck, CD changer. Doesn't seem like the CD changer works. It could have no power to it because nothing on there works, and then I tried ejecting the magazine and that didn't work. The button didn't do anything. Never been smoked in, so really clean and nice inside. Mechanically seems to be pretty good. It is strange that the power steering sound would just go away like that, but I guess it's better than getting louder. Okay, back seats are the no leg room version of back seats, which is popular in Japanese cars in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Okay. And Yeah, we'll go into the trunk. The trunk is cleaner than your average trunk for the R32s. So that's win. Here we go. And so this carpet tends to pill. You can see it is happening right here, just a little bit, here and here and here. But it's very popular for the entire trunk to pill, because if you have anything that flies around in the back, it's going to destroy that carpet pretty quickly, especially after about 10 or 15 years of it being new. So after 25, it's easy to have them destroyed. This one, much better than the average one. Okay, so that's basically it for this R32, and that will be the conclusion to this video. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. Also ask me how I'm doing, because I'm getting over my sickness and I need your support. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.